second chance in the game.
Keith Scott, speaking on installing a simple read quarters pattern match defense. Again, I'm Keith Scott from Eastern Illinois. All right, let's get started. When installing a base read quarter scheme, you need rules. And what we're about to cover right now is just some base rules for read quarters, which you can adjust these off of what you see fit for you. But I zone it call. And when you dealing with any type of read quarter scheme, you got triangles. You have a field triangle with the field corner, nickel to the field, and also the field safety. And then to the boundary, you have the boundary safety, will linebacker, and the boundary corner. So that makes up the triangle. But what's the zoning call? The zoning call is made by the free safety or the whip. Those are your two split safety high guys. And it talks to their triangle, which is the corner, the linebacker, and the safety. The zoning call is the cover two concept, which the zoning call is tied into with the corner off the cover two concept. So two on the speed out, ball coming out, that corner wants to attack the speed out if it's speed out and the ball is coming out. Also, those safeties alignments, I also like to play those corners alignments at heels at 6. Those safeties alignments heels at 12. So, and they're apexing the offensive tackle. They're basically apexing the offensive tackle and number 2 receiver. What we like to do is inside-outside fit with our wheel linebacker and the safety. So if the wheel linebacker's in the apex, we'll be head up to inside off the number 2 receiver. If the nickel is apex, we'll be head up to outside off the number 2 receiver. Basically inside-outside fit and doubling the slide. And we're as safeties, we're 2-to-1 read. From one of the split safety high guys, if 2's on the speed out right now, we're off to 1. Okay. Now, again, our zoning call is a cover 2 concept. Our read call is made by free safety and whip, and it talks to their triangle. The read call is a cover 4 concept. And it's basically a flat-footed technique for those 2 split safety high guys. And the wheel linebacker, along with our nickel, they match 2 to the flat right now. So if 2 flat, they take it. Again, they're basically in apex alignments as well. First responsibility is your first priority to force. And if we're flat-footed technique, so we're basically linebackers playing at about 8 yards. So we'll run support. So anytime we make a ready call, we're basically saying that we're flat-footed safeties and we'll run support. Okay. And with run, depending on how we set our front, we're forcing that thing. In terms of the pass responsibility, we're curl dig post players. Even in our zoning concept, we're curl dig post players as well. Again, I talked about our alignment. Sometimes we'll crank it down to 8 as we get to film, and you guys will be able to view the film. You'll be able to see that we'll crank that thing down to 8 yards and be able to play force in terms of run, depending on the down and distance and what's going on. On the reading call, corners, we're basically man number 1 on the vertical. If he cancels underneath, that means at 5, right at 5 yards. Depending if the ball's coming out that corner, play it. But if he cancels at anything under 5, he'll let it go and he'll climb. That corner responsibility in terms of run, he's forced. He's, like I said, it's pass responsibility. He's playing the vertical. So that vertical can be a post, a dig, a curl, 7 cut, whatever it is. He's just playing the vertical. So the moment he hits 6 yards, he got a man-to-man. Those are some of the base rules. As we go through this, we'll have video and different examples of playing this the way we play it. Here's some base checks versus 21 personnel. That's 2 with speed attached tight end to the boundary. We'll basically check stack, which allows us to bump our nickel. We'll be able to bump our nickel, our Mike, and our wheel linebacker into the box, and then allow our free safety, who's our field safety, to play man-to-man on number 2. unless he cancels in and goes underneath right now. 3x1 check, his sink. That could be 3x1, 3 with speed, or 3x1 with 2 with speed and attached tight end. So you'll be able to basically play sink versus 3x1. And what we're doing is we'll basically sink talks to the whip, which is our weak side safety, and that means he has number 3 if he's vertical. In the passing game, he's a flat-footed safety first for run to the boundary, and then our backer and our corner will be man-to-man to the weak side. Phoenix is our 3x2 check. It's basically true quarters to the three receiver side, and it's basically true quarters to the weak side, which is basically our zoning concept, and we can switch up that zoning concept and that true quarters concept depending on who we want to handle 2 to the flat right now. Okay, here's a look at being able to run our cover 4 scheme versus, and we're going to be able to adjust to any formation just playing true quarters, and our kids making the calls to make to the formation. Basically, all we're doing is formation adjusting off a quarter scheme. So here we got a pro to the field. With that pro to the field, we'll make a ready call. Like I said, that ready call allows that rover, who's our nickel, to take 2 to the flat right now. But if there's run, he is automatic force on run. Off the ready call, that corner is basically going to man number 1 vertical. So if that X is vertical, he has a man-to-man no matter where he goes after 6 yards. All these quarter schemes is a zone-to-man concept. So what I mean by zone to man is if that number 1 receiver cancels underneath at any point and it's not 5 yards or more, it's zone. The moment he hits 6 yards, it's man-to-man for us. So we locking on and we're playing man. Okay, the same thing for the free safety. He's flat-footed technique. Like I said, I can play him at 10, heels at 10, I can crank him down to 8, depending on the down and distance. But he has that tight end, man-to-man if he's vertical, curl dig post. That's what he's keying. His routes are curl dig post. This weak side safety, he's a curl dig post guy as well. There's a number of things that we can do. We can crank him down to, since he's to the weak side, we can crank him down and let him be the force guy to about 8, just like we'll do with the free safety to the field. But he's going to make a ready call as well. Or depending on down the distance, you see that we have a cheat call right there. That means the whip and the weak side, the whip and the boundary corner is going to change responsibility in terms of who's handling or who's forcing the run for us. If that corner makes a cheat call, that corner is going to be the one to basically make it look like a corner fire. If run or flow comes to them, he'll be the force player, and then our weak side safety will be over the top. So we'll kind of look at these things and be able to see on video kind of who's handling what. Okay, here's a good example. I always start out, and these clips will show a pro look. So most of the clips I show will be pro. So for example, here's a pro look here, 2 guys in the backfield, perfect pro look. Like I say, this weak side safety has cranked it down a little bit because you looked at down the distance. It's probably about 3rd and 1 right there. So he's able to crank it down a little bit more, but he knows he has a ready call. He has a ready call, which allows him to play the number 1's vertical. So basically man-to-man outside. It's a good look here. Play an aggressive run. Both of those safeties are down. Attacking a run. It's good. Here's another look here. Now, again, you kind of get an opportunity to see the zone-to-man concept. Watch the number 1 receiver up top. Again, the moment he hit this 6-yard mark, this corner understands he has him vertical. Again, here, the field safety, flat-footed technique. Now he knows he has him vertical. Same thing here. Has him vertical. Got it covered. We get a sack. Forced fumble. It's good. Good coverage. Again, all it is a zone to man concept. Now here, we're gonna basically play this with this field safety favoring their best receiver. So that's why you see them a little bit deeper. And we're basically gonna defend it with our 4D linemen, our 3 linebackers, and our weak side safety. So basically an 8-man box versus a 9-man box. It's a good look. Kind of see who's in the box and who's playing what. Again, you can see the flat-footed technique. Here we add our nickel. He's the force. It's a good look. Now here's our stack look, and what we're trying to get off a stack is basically we're trying to get a 7-man box. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to bump our rover, who's our nickel, to the field. We're going to bump him in the box. He'll be tied in the B gap. He'll be tied in the A gap, and our back will be forced to the boundary. We'll be playing a thirds concept. Basically, he has first to the flat. He has a first vertical. He has middle close. Our weak side safety would then be middle close. Our field safety will roll down heels at 7. He has him man to man vertical. So if 2's vertical, the moment he hits 6 yards, he's playing him man to man. He's inside leveraged. He'll match his outside shoulder on his inside shoulder. Okay. And if he counts us underneath right now at 2 to 3 to 1 to 4 yards, he's going to let it go and he's going to play the curl. Okay. This guy here is playing 60-40. This field corner is going to play 60-40, 60% on number 2. And he's going to play 40% on number 1. So he has a 60-40 relationship when he's playing the third. Okay. Don't have any stack looks in terms of video, but I wanted to be able to cover it because this quarter's install will cover whatever formation they can come out in. Okay, so if they came out in any type of 21 personnel close to the backside versus 21 personnel open, like we just saw with attached tight end there and Z over here. Okay, so we'll be able to adjust to it no matter what. Okay. Okay, now this is our 20 personnel look. Okay, since we have 2 with speed, if you remember me talking earlier, the only time we make a zoning concept if there's 2 with speed. So right here, we have 2 with speed. So we have an apex nickel to the field. He apex at number 2 in the offensive tackle. Okay, his eyes are on the offensive tackle. He is force. Okay, in terms of the run game. If there's no run, he's also playing the curl. So this is a cover 2 concept over here. 2 runs of speed out right now. Ball's coming out. Our field corner would play number 2. Okay, if 1's vertical, okay, and 2's vertical, we would allow him to play the vertical at number 1. He would play the field safety would play the vertical at number 2. Now, if we was worried about them throwing the ball to number 1 because he's their best, X is their best receiver, we would make a true quarters call. We'll go true. So now who would handle 2 to the flat would be our rover, and then who would come in the apex would be our free safety. So then our free safety would be force. And now he would match 2 to the flat right now. So just a way to interchange who handles 2 to the flat for. So, but in this case, we'll make a zoning call because it's 2 with speed, and our corner will handle 2 to the flat. And again, the free safety will be a curl deep post player. Since there's 2 backs, we got 2 gaps. So he's a A gap guy and he's a B gap guy. Weak side safety would then be force. Heels at 10. Again. If you notice here, if he makes a ready call, the whip, the weak side safety is the force. If he makes a cheat call, the boundary weak side corner is the force guy. And now our whip would take the vertical of number 1. The same thing that the corner would do since we made a ready call. So it's just exchanging responsibility in terms of who would force this thing for us, because the reason why I like to change that up to the single side is because once they notice that our weak side safety is making all the plays, they'll start taking the angle to crack them. So as they take the angle to crack someone that they think is not there, that's not that they're thinking is going to be forced, then we're cheated and he's forced. So once he bypasses him, it's just like crack and replace. He cuts off his butt. So, but I just want to cover that the way we handle two by one sets as well. So next, we'll come back to that again. This is now we get to talk about a 2 by 2 balance set. Okay, you get to see two calls being made and two different triangles working with two different calls. So the field triangle is going to work off a zoning call because they got two with speed. Zoning calls to cover two concept. So the corner is key in number 2. He's a 2-to-1 read. So if 2 is out right now and the ball's coming out, he has him. Free safety play the vertical push 1. So if one's running a dig, one runs a curve, one runs a post, one runs a vertical, he runs a post, whatever it is, he's rolling underneath it. Okay? And our Mike linebacker has our final 3. No matter who he becomes, if that back flares, and then F comes in, he'll drop underneath the curl of F. Next is our backer is basically our free hitter right here because C gap is field, B gap is field. So he's forced outside of this along with our weak side safety. Okay, so he's gonna make a ready call because it's not 2 with speed, it's attached tight end. The only time we make a ready call is if there's a attached tight end and a single receiver, which is a pro look, okay? Or if there's an open look to the side, so offensive tackle and a speed receiver. So here it constitutes us making a ready call. Now, again, we can switch this up and oftentimes make a cheat call, especially if the ball's off the hash. I really like the cheat call if the ball's off the hash because now that weak side safety can basically play kind of like a halves concept to be able to work from 2 to 1. So we'll see a couple of clips of this. So you watch the corner up top, notice the ball off the hash. My kids know this. I taught this scheme over and over. Again, you can notice the alignments of these guys, heels at 6. Same thing here. Notice a flat-footed safety there. It's obvious that a cheat call was made. Start out with a ready call because we don't want to make a cheat call in the back is to him. We'll want to make a ready call, so we'll force it. Watch as they tick the back. As they check, we check. They tick the back. Notice what the corner does. And it's all game plan. I mean, that's why it's so important that you teach your kids personnel and you teach them sets and you teach them the calls off of what you're trying to do. Boom. Bang. We get in there, set the edge. Our weak side linebacker makes the play. It's a great job. The corner just have to play over top of, the safety have to just play over top of everything. Notice nobody's pushing him vertical. So he don't have to, I don't want him backpedaling and nobody's pushing him vertical. So he's doing the right thing there. Okay. So we basically got a zoning call here. Okay. To the field because we had 2 with speed. That's perfect. It's a great job. Okay. Okay. We got 2 with speed to the field up top. Got a pistol backfield. Okay. Notice that safety start. Notice where you start out at 12, which is the original line alignment, but he knows it's attached tight end. Tight end is not a vertical push right now. We got it all covered. Again, I like to teach quarter scheme off a zone to man principle. Even let's watch the top of the screen. Start out in zone. Now he's man. He's man in number 1. He's man in number 2. I like for him to fit this a little bit tight because the routes that we're kin is curl dig post. He's getting that post right there. It's a shallow post. Could be confused as a dig. Again, he's getting a post. It's a curl dig post guy. But all it is man now. As you can see, it is all man to man, even to the boundary here. Right here. He had a ready call. He knows he's have 1 on a vertical push. He's manning number 1 vertical. Number 1 is vertical. He's manning him vertical. Bang. Turnover. Great coverage. The end knows not to work past the depth of the quarterback. Spins underneath, come back across. Turnover time. Great job. Okay. Again, you can see the triangles working together. There's two with speed here with a zoning call, attached tight end here, and a speed receiver. There should be a read it call. Again, we talked about this hitch concept off the read it call with the corner man and number one vertical. We're going to react to that hitch once we see the ball coming out. I mean, so it's not like it'll just be out there open. And those are his rules. Okay. Now, here's our read quarter scheme versus 2x2 balance sets, basically double twins to both sides. Now, both the weak side safety and the field safety both have to make zoning calls. So with those zoning calls, we got basically two cover two concepts to both sides. We'll have a number of different concepts being made here, and I'll go over our our true quarters concept again. What we want to do, if it depends on where they like to throw the football. So you'll see a number of different situations and scenarios where you'll see my guys making a true quarters concept, which this linebacker then handle two to the flat, and this number one receiver weak will be handled by the corner. So he'll be all of number one because a zoning concept tell him the key to. A true quarters concept, true, allows him to key number two and match two to the flat. And then now we can totally focus on number one. So you'll see a couple of those scenarios being made. Okay, so here we go. I can tell you right now, we got two zoning calls. He's tucked and he's tucked. So that's two zoning calls. Heels at 6, good alignments. Opportunity to pile in there and stop the run. Put this on there to make sure we understand that he's a run player first. Should have played run before he played pass. End up having the chance to fall in and make the play. But the alignments are good. The technique is good. Control pedals and not be deep. This is a read quarter scheme. Okay. Okay, another good opportunity to see what we're doing here. I can tell you we're running the zoning call to the field. The reason why he's tucked, well, we're running true quarters to the field here because he's handling two to the flat right now. We're running the zoning call because he's tucked. Okay, so he has two flat. He has all of one. His eyes should not be on number two because it's true quarters. So it'd be a true call. All of one, handle two. 2 to 1 read. If two's vertical, he has him. If one vertical, he has him. See what we got here. Perfect look. This is good. Corner take number one is good. And then he's reacting to number two underneath. Top. It's a good look. We only react to two to the flat if the ball is coming out. Notice two to the flat, the ball is not coming out, so we got a double on the vertical push one. It's real simple. So you see both triangles kind of working together, okay? It's a really good look. So basically running true. This call here is true. Inside outside fit by the safety. This call is zone it. He's handling two to the flat. With the ball coming out, he's handling two to the flat. So it's just controlling who got two. Basically, the same calls here. Zone it to the boundary. Pretty neat stunt right here with us. Basically trading responsibilities with our tackle and our end. End counseling dive right now. Tackle looping around and playing quarterback. Pretty good. Looks like to the up top here, true call. And you can call this whatever you want. True and zone it, it's just something I just call it to just make the difference in who's handling two. The two split safety high guys are still 2 to 1 reads, curl, dig, post players at the end of the day. Okay. This is a great example of no matter what the corner in run, which screen is a run, he wants to force that thing and stay outside. Okay, this is just one of those cover two concepts where the corner get too involved with one and kind of gets behind on plan number two. Okay, here's an opportunity to see basically up top. You can tell because our nickel is tucked in. This is a zoning call up here. You can tell because our will linebacker's tucked in. This is a zoning call which protect him on any outs. If it was a true call, he would bump out. We'll cancel any gaps inside here to assure that he can come out and play number two on a true call. Right here should have been a pick six. Again, on any hitches, corners reacting, ball coming out. Just the way I taught it and trained them up. Techniques up top with our split safety guys are great. Read pedals, just read pedals. They're not speed pedals. It's good. Okay, another 2x2 set. Now this is really good. Basically two zoning calls again. Notice the alignments of the two split safety high guys. They inside outside fit. He's inside the hash. He's on and outside the hash. So they now have a vice alignment off the number two receiver because we're 2-to-1 reads. Okay, same thing here to the boundary. Now we get smash. What I'm teaching the corners in smash, midpoint and zone. So you get a hitch here, out, now zone. Now as we zone, this linebacker heard him say smash, smash, smash. That sends him here to the hitch. Now we're able to double the vertical push one. Okay, up top. It's a great job here. Again, we're playing aggressive curl dig post. It's a great technique. We're driving the dig right there. Of course, the rule is after 6 yards, he's man to man. Let's roll over top of the post. It's good. We get a sack. Good coverage. Really good coverage. So how do I teach the smash concept? At the end of the day, any quarter scheme, they have 3 to one side. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys to one side. They got 2 running back away. We got 3 guys. So at any point, we'll have the numbers in terms of the way we run a quarter scheme. Okay. So if 3's flat, we're gonna gain our Mike linebacker. Notice he's pushing to the dig to get there. Now we need him to fall off and play here. So it's just pattern matching and based off of what they do. They ran smash, we run smash, and we'll double the vertical push one. It's great. Okay, this is another good look. Up top, should have a zoning call. Corner plays all of one. It's good. To the boundary, again, the zoning call. Corner's playing all of one. Safety should be driving this shallow post right there. It's good. If they send 4 guys vertical, we should have 4 because this is zone, then man. Okay, here's another 2x2 balance set. Just playing the draw. Okay, you get to see 2 concepts being ran. We'll start up top. Basically got a zoning concept. He runs a speed out. The corner understands he's running speed out, but he also understands the ball is not coming out. Okay, now depending on who we playing, if the ball is off the hash, depending on who we playing, how good the quarterback is, we would play a zoning concept every time the ball is off the hash to the field, because we're saying that whoever this quarterback is not good enough, or his arm is not good enough to throw the ball to the flats right now, to the field and complete that ball over and over. So we'll run the zoning concept. Here, again, the zoning concept coming into play once the ball is coming out. It's a no play. Notice this safety here. He's a 2-to-1 read. 2 cancels. He's over top of 1 right now. It's all good stuff. It's a real simple scheme to put in. Real easy to cover. Kids catch on to it pretty simple. Okay, we'll talk about basically our 3x1 adjustment, which is sync. So how do we get to sync and what are we trying to accomplish once we get to sync? Sync is a 3x1 adjustment, okay? So if we just call 44 and they know if they come out in the 3x1, the adjustment is sync, which you can change it at any given time to whatever you want to run. The way I teach it is they give us 3x1, 2 with speed, test tight end, no matter what, we're going to go true between 2 and 1. So we're running true quarters. So who's going to handle number 2 for us? The nickel, okay? Who's handling number 1? The corner. The safety is playing the same true concept. What you got to do is just X out him because the safety is playing the same true concept if it was 2 with speed to the field. He would play true. Okay, can we switch this concept and play zone it to it and now have the corner to play 2 to the flat? Yes, absolutely. But for this presentation, I wanted to stick with true quarters. We're just going to play just read quarters between 2 and 1 to the field. Who's going to handle 3 vertical for us? Weak side safety. Okay, so what he has to do is Whip will give a sync call to his triangle, which tells them, which tells the corner and tell the weak side backer that backer has number 2, corner has number 1. Okay, so then we have everything covered. Now, we always taught that weak side safety, if his number 3 cancels underneath, continue to work to the middle because there could possibly be another number 3 coming. So, for example, 3 cancel, he runs a post. He should be helping him on that post. Okay, so there's a number of things that could happen, but he's working off the final 3. Okay, so that's as simple as it can get. Also, want to say this: that weak side safety should flat foot first for run because he is forced to the boundary as well. So he's in the run fit. So he should be working heels at 10 there. Okay, cool. Okay, just a good look here, playing the run. Now what we'd like for him, this nickel to the field to work off this 2. He should be playing this 2 because it's true quarters. Should be here, head up the outside off of him. Should be a pick there. Again, he goes from a flat-footed technique to basically working off a 3. It's good. That field safety basically has a 2-to-1 read, playing true quarters. Here's a good look at it. Play all of 1. He's playing all of 1. He has 2. Good. Okay, this 3x1 is no different. We're still playing true quarters from 2 to 1 to the field. Weak side safety has 3 off the flat foot first for run. Backer's going to play the back man-to-man, and our corner's going to play number 1 man-to-man. It's a good look at it. Notice its alignment. Easily tell what we're playing. This is a great look. Here's the final 3 concept. 3 cancels. Watch this weak side safety continue to work to middle close. Now he knows he's going to trap the new 3. He can work over top with the corner. Good. It's a great job. Easy quarters defense. Okay, now this is empty. And empty, we want to play true quarters. Basically, all we do is check true, and we're basically playing a 4th to the field. The corner is playing from 2 to 1, okay? The free safety to the field is playing from 3 to 2, and the rover is basically playing 2 to the flat, as he would play in true quarters with 2 with speed, okay? And Mike has a final 3. Again, anytime they got 3, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime they got 2, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is empty here. So we can change this up from a zoning concept to a true concept. Only difference is if we want to go to a true concept, we will put our weak side linebacker here to handle 2 to the flat. If we got a zoning concept, he would tuck it in. Okay, so for any type of draw, he would then get closer here, more in the 20 or 30 technique to play more of the B gap. Okay, or we can set our front a different way to where our Mike linebacker can do that. Okay, so it just depends on which way we want to cancel gaps. So right now we got zoning concepts. Okay, so we have zoning concept to the boundary, and then we got a true concept, which is quarter to the field. Quarter from the corner playing 2 to 1, quarter from the free safety playing 3 to 2. Now, to the backside, we just playing our zoning concept we've been playing. So if 2 to the flat, corners will match them. Okay. So for example, here, it's a good look. Should be a pick 6 here. We got a zoning concept to the boundary. Boom. It's great by that corner. Really simple quarter scheme here, patient by the safety. See it one more time. It's good. Okay, 3x2 again, empty. Okay, now again, that nickel is not going to take 2 flat unless the ball coming out. Okay, so he continue to pellet this curl. Since we playing true to the field, quarter to the field, watch this field safety. He's working off a 3 first. He's a 3-2, 3-2 read. 3 still vertical. He still has the curl dig post concept that he has off of 2 with speed. Even if it's 3x1, he's just working from 3-2 now versus 2-1. It's a great job by corner. All this stuff is zone to man that you can see turns to man up top. Okay, it went from zone to man here, zone to man here. It's a great play by our corner. Just doing a great job of rolling the post. Again, you see our smash concept, even out of empty. Smash, sends our linebacker here. Now we have a double on the vertical push 1. It's great. Real simple, real easy, and it's not a whole lot of maintenance in terms of calling it. You can just call it, 44, whatever you want to call it, and then they can formation adjust from there. So no matter what they come out in, of course you have to change your fronts and adjust your fronts. But like here, we're running 44 here, basically true quarters to the field. This is good. Here. Playing it. Now what's happening here to the boundary? Of course, got a zoning concept. Again, we're going to play one off the hitch and the ball's coming out. You'll be able to see it pretty easily. If a quarterback wants to throw what I call 90 game, he's going to throw it right now. He's not going to hesitate and hold the ball. Most 90 games come right now. All right, good. To the boundary here, we get a smash concept. Sends our linebacker there. It's good. You kind of see those kids do this over and over again. That's one thing about quarters. It's simple to install. Everybody got a different version of the way to play it, but it's pretty simple and easy. Once you rep it, the kids get pretty confident in playing it. Pretty player friendly. Got empty again. This is a great look here. The new 3. So I feel safety is a 3-2 read. Here, 2 cancels, 3's vertical. He runs a dig. We're aggressive to the dig. 1's vertical. We want all of 1. Good. It's another good concept here. You get the speed out. That's fine. Run the speed out. The ball is not coming out. The speed out. Let's play the vertical of 1. This is a good look. Okay. Safety here. 2 cancels. Play over 1. Now we got a double on the vertical push 1. It's good. Okay. Even in the red zone, we just don't backpedal as much. We can stick with the same scheme even in the red zone. We'll just tighten it down. Okay, it just turns into man basically down here. Okay. Smart here. He has two wheels. Let's take them. Okay. It's a good look. Now, if he cancels this shallow, we'll let the wheel linebacker handle him. We'll help out on one. Same rules. Okay. Threw this one in as a bonus. I exchange check. I run this basically no different than I run I sync towards the weak side safety. What he would want to do is he want a flat foot first before he rolls. This weak side safety. So he's still playing that Miller 1/3, playing number 3 type. Okay. Basically a Miller 1/3 in this concept. So we can run exchange in terms of if we call freeze. Exchange is an exchange between our field corner and our free safety. Okay. So if we call freeze, depending on where the back is. So if they give us a 3-by-1 and the back is away from the free safety in the corner, the free safety in the corner will say freeze, freeze, freeze. Freeze mean free safety will then be a curl player, will be then weak to the flat, weak in the flats to the field. This field corner will play 60-40 thirds, 60% on number 2, 40% on number 1. He would basically split verticals of number 2 and number 1. This weak side safety will handle the vertical of number 3, along with our rover basically playing the strong hook. Okay, so we got a hook player, got a curl player, weak in the flats, a 60-40, 1/3 player to the field. Basically make a med call to the boundary, meaning backer man number 2 and boundary corner man number 1. Okay, so that's what MEG means. MEG means man. Okay, just code words. Okay. If they give us 3-by-1, this is totally a 3-by-1 check. So I can call 44 exchange. Okay. Wherever the back is, the back was away, so we made a freeze call. Mostly spread teams, if they have the back 2, they run in some type of screen RPO. So to take that away, what we'll want to do, we'll want to make a cloud call. Cloud. Corners now, a flat player, we're no longer weak in the flats. Our rover play the curl. Now our free safety would be our 60-40 guy. He'll be working 60-40 from number 2 to 1. Okay, he'll still have number 3 vertical playing basically middle close in the middle of the field right there. Still got a med call. So exchange is depending on where the back is in the 3-by-1. If the back is to the weak side, we'll go freeze. If the back is to the field, basically making it a 4-by-1 flood look, then we will go cloud. Freeze, cloud, all depending on where the back. If the back is in pistol, we'll always cloud it. Okay? Or depending on how you want to do it, you can freeze it. This just depends on what you study when they go pistol. Okay, let's watch some examples. Okay. Again, this is all a stop the screen game. Here they tick the back late. We got the back to the weak side. They tick him late, but look how aggressive we're playing the screen. We call this when we know that we're playing a heavy screen team out of 3-by-1. Okay. Now here's the back is away. So now we're playing freeze. Free safety's down. Corner going 60-40. Boundary throw. It's good. Okay. Pistol backfield. Again, like I said, in pistol, we'll just cloud it. Here. Cloud. Okay. Should be freezing this. Should be a pick. Any type of dog concept, double outs, vertical to the field, we should smoke it in any coverage we want to run, cloud or freeze. Here's a good look of running cloud. 4x1 look. Safety deep enough. Flat foot first for run. Good. Perfect. We just don't want this weak side safety flying out of there and getting to the middle. We want to make sure of this 4x1 look. They're going to play for screen. They're going to play for run coming back. That's why he's flat foot. So that triangle to the field is working off of something, and this triangle to the boundary is also working off of something. So it all matches up to where we get the RPO stopped. Okay, here's a good look of playing the screen here. This allows you to not be vulnerable to any type of screen. It's a great job. So what am I getting at? If we want to take away screen games, we might not run as much sync. We're running more exchange because we know off a 3x1 they would be trying to get some screen games off on us. So that's the way you can call it. Four by one look again. Again, notice our weak side safety. Flat foot first for run. Boom. Extra hat to the boundary. Good. Now I put this one on here for a reason. We got to get him to slow down and play more run off this 4x1 look. Okay. Here's another screen game look, but we playing freeze, so we got it covered. Just got to defeat the cut block as we do. Boom, make the play. Pretty good. Okay. Again, we just got to slow him down to the weak side. He should be making that play a lot faster. Just play it just like sync. Flat foot first for run, and we'll have it covered. Another screen here. And we do, I mean, even if it's 2 is speed and attached tight end, 3x1 is 3x1 4. So we'll play it the same way. It's good. I mean, we very seldom have issues with screens, and some of this stuff is a carryover to the way we played at Eastern. Some of it is not, but I wanted to show some of the things that I've done as a coordinator at the FCSN Division II level. So again, this is freeze, where we just take these hitches. Hitches taken. If 2's canceled, he's all of 1. He's playing all of 1. Adjusts his body and get the pick. It's a great job. Notice the safety to the boundary, showing middle close. Bang. Great job. Again, thank you for listening. I'm Keith Scott, safeties coach at Eastern Illinois. If you have any questions or concern about anything that I discussed today, I have my Twitter handle here, Keith_Scott 05, or I can be reached at Yahoo at KeithScott122 at yahoo.com.